Okay, guys, just yesterday I put out a banger tweet that everyone agreed with and nobody disagreed with, okay? And it was this. I understand the arguments against gas stoves, but the problem with electric stoves is that people are failing to consider is that they fucking suck, okay? So, I'm always right, except sometimes I'm actually wrong. It turns out I don't think I've actually ever used a modern induction electric stove. And it also turns out that modern induction electric stoves are objectively superior to gas stoves in every possible way, from evenness of heat distribution to how quickly they heat stuff up. Apparently, gas stoves will boil water in 5 minutes, and an induction stove can do it in 2, which is insane. I've always used old electric stoves. The last time I used one was in my dorm. So apparently, like, I don't know the exact tech reasons or whatever, but old electric stoves look like this. This is from 1948, okay? And it has like these coils, and they just get hot. Like they literally they just put power into it, and it gets hot. You know, these suck. They're dumb, and I don't like them. That's what I had. That's what I had in the dorms. So I thought that was the modern tech. When they said induction, that's what I thought. This is what it looks like when it's heated up. Like it's literally like little red coils. These suck to cook on. They're horrible. But anyway, apparently, induction electric stove, modern induction electric stoves look like this. I believe they use magic. I'm not sure on the details, but they look a lot nicer. They look less terrible, and apparently they are just incredibly good at cooking. Like they're really, really good. Magnets, cool. There is some stuff that you can only do with a gas stove, of course, like with an actual fire, like flambeing, I think. But I don't know. Like I've never actually flambéed anything. So I don't know. No, these aren't induction. Are these not? They're not induction? I googled induction and everyone said, yeah, it's like that. Here, Vivor built-in induction. Yeah, they have the flat glass top, right? Like this. It runs on fire crystals. Okay, can we just agree that it runs on fire crystals and or magic? Is that fine? Can we move on? Induction has no direct heat. Why do any of you think I care? I said magic. I'm clearly not that invested in the tech here. There's induction, also infrared. Well, isn't all heat infrared? Okay, stop. We're moving on. The point is that newer electric stoves are cooler and less gay than old electric stoves, and that gas stoves are actually kind of bad for you. Look at this. Apparently, this is from the New York Times. Oh, wait, it's from the New York Times. It's paywalled. Gas stove. Here we go. The gas stove culture war. You might have seen some gas stove culture war posting where like conservative politicians are saying, I would rather die than give up my gas stove. I've been burning my gas stove all day and no one can stop me. The libs are they're infuriated. Nah. Basically, the gist of it is that there was recently a health report that came out that indicated that households with gas stoves have a much higher rate of children developing asthma, and they have internal air pollution that is much higher than recommended safety guidelines. There were people who were posting charts that were pretty fucking spooky looking, I'm not going to lie. Here we go. U.S. agency examines secret pollution source in 40 million homes. Do you guys remember how a while ago I talked about how the majority of buildings have way too much carbon dioxide in them? Because people will like run ACs and keep their windows closed and you're just like exhaling in your room and like your brain moves slower? We've talked about that before, right? You need better ventilation. It's like, hold on, too much carbon dioxide in house. Yeah, household indoor carbon dioxide levels in your health. And it's like, yeah, elevated levels of carbon dioxide indicate sufficient amount of fresh air. And then it's like basically every building ever has this, you know? Hold on. Core exposure levels. What is the average parts per million? Keeping levels less than 700 ppm above the outdoor air concentration. Where does it say the amount inside your house typically is? Where does it say it? Just open some windows to let the bad gases out, right, Vaush? In this case, yes. I have to admit this is such a Beverly Hills concern. Not going to deny the data, but when you're min-maxed enough that you're optimizing your stove fuel, you're running out of problems. No. Don't be small-brained to Casual Spark here. Think about it for a second, okay? Your house may be ventilated, okay? But it's still to an extent a semi-closed system. The gases produced in there will linger for a while. Does it not make sense that if you're using like natural gas to burn in your house, it would significantly affect the composition of the air that you breathe in? I don't think this is like a Beverly Hills thing. The study was like significant increase in asthma and a bunch of other stuff. I've been saying for a while, man, like the amount of CO2 we have in our rooms, you guys are like getting hard brain because of the high levels of internal carbon dioxide. You guys are like, your brains are slow. Literally, it makes your brain slower, it lowers your IQ. God, why aren't these saying what the average is in like a lot of American households? Whatever. The point is, open your windows. Gas stove. I'm looking to ban gas stoves. Some cities, including Los Angeles, Seattle, and New York. Hey, I'm there. Plus banning gas hookups. Here, hold on. According to one study, children living in a household with gas stoves have a 42% increased likelihood of already having asthma and a 24% increase of developing asthma at some point in their lifetime. That's huge. Last week, scientists from the clean energy think tank RMI estimate in a peer-reviewed study that 12.7% of childhood asthma could be attributed to living in a household with a gas stove. And all of this considering the fact that modern induction electric stoves are not any more expensive than gas stoves, don't require a gas hookup, and cook better than gas stoves. It's like a straight upgrade across the board, you know? Anyway, this is immediately turning into like a big culture war thing. Like, where's that cat turd? I can't believe this is such a popular, genuinely insane, the cognitive deficiency required to be a conservative. Dear liberals, I turned on all my gas stove eyes today and let them burn for no reason. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it but cry. The funny thing about this is that apparently somebody doxed him because his address is listed in the registration of his business, his LLC, and he actually has an electric stove, so he's lying. I mean, obviously he's lying. He didn't literally do this, but it's very funny that somebody responded to this by finding his address and an internal like Zillow like photo of it and going like, yeah, there's the uh so yeah, cat turd is a fart fetishist. I think I'm gonna buy a bunch of cows for the cat turd ranch and feed them nothing but beans so they fart 24/7 just to piss Democrats off. I'm gonna buy a cow for the sole purpose of letting it fart all day to trigger the left. It's time to trend something ridiculous that makes no sense and has the word fart in it. Get this trending, sit back, read the comments, and laugh. Hashtag #OxFartStew. When I become CEO, I'm going to make Twitter fun again. I'm going to change the name to litter. Tweets will be called farts. Retweets will be called sharts. DMs will be called talking shit. Blocking will be called bowel blockage. Muting will be called silent but deadly. Okay. Anyway, Elon Musk's real-time job is just responding to this guy and saying that he'll look into it. Matt Gaetz lied about having a gas stove too. His state doesn't have those. I do think it's worth reminding ourselves that conservatives are pointlessly evil for no reason other than the fact that they're not human, they are lizard people. Even in the most objectively obvious cases where you could do something to make the world better, they will oppose it because they want the world to be worse, for no other reason. They're ideologically committed to keeping the world bad. There isn't really any justifying mechanism. Their motives are about as deep as that of a Captain Planet villain. They just like being bad to be bad, and that's it. The funny part is that red states barely use gas stoves. Yeah, you know why? Because gas stoves are more common in richer people's houses. Electric stoves are used more commonly by the working class people, and red states have more working class people because they don't have gigantic, uber wealthy cities like New York to pull the voting demographics blue. Literally. I'm surprised by Nevada over here. Electric stove, 71 to 90%. And then you have all this, literally the entire South, the Midwest, the Pacific Northwest, the only areas that have higher rates of gas stoves, literally. It's Illinois, right? Don't let me embarrass myself because I know Chicago's there. New York, states I don't care about, Nevada, California, yeah. Do they defend gas stoves just because they burn fossil fuels? No, it's because they're evil. I'm not joking when I say that. They just like bad things. They just want people to suffer. That's it. If there's any kind of political issue where any change whatsoever could be made, they will defend the massive changes to society if they make people's lives worse, and they will suddenly be opposed to any change as long as the change could conceivably make people's lives better. It will always be this way. They do it because they hate you. They are demons from Moloch. They are sent here to test our will, but humanity will prevail. It is true. Literally every time on every issue.